I will tell you something. There's more stupid people than smart people. And during capitalism, during the freedom where everyone's free to believe whatever they want, they do whatever they want pretty much. The only, accountability they have to take is to not run out of money, to pay for their food, pay for their children's food so the children doesn't fucking yell at them, right? And then if they do that, they can continue being stupid. All right, and there's more of them than there is of us. It's the same with like rich people, right? There's only a handful of rich people. There's a bunch of poor people. Now, I get the hatred towards the rich people, but poor people and just like the general blob of stupid people. I mean, it's insane watching what they're doing right now. Like, it's insane. And I'm still just like in my like entering my 30s. I'm just entering, and like the difference between me and the stupid person is so great. Like I would watch you die. I would watch you get shot in the fucking face. I would watch you get tortured, and I would enjoy it. That's the level of fucking difference between me and a stupid person. I would be like, yes, we shouldn't have stupid people. They should die. Like, I don't want them to live. I don't want them to plague the fucking society. If you want to be stupid, you should die. Like, this is now the level that I'm actually achieving. And it's very unfortunate, right? Like, I have to be open about this. This is not a feeling that I can get rid of. It's no longer uninstallable. Is the fucking godlike update. No NPC is gonna prove that they are actually a good person if they stand from the NPC standpoint and try to fucking accuse me of something. Like, it's not gonna work. It already kind of happened, by the way. I was accused by apartment leader of being jobless, and that's bad. But obviously, she wouldn't go from her position. She wouldn't wage the actual one versus one warfare with me. Because, there's still a chance I can win that one. She would wage something smaller, something that, like, most people agree that being jobless can look a little bit too lazy, a little bit too neglectful, right? Like, it doesn't make you look good. The optics are pretty bad when you're jobless, but at the same time, it's your interpretation. That's how you interpret life. Whatever you see and however you interpret life is not the actual reality, right? You need more logic to understand, what if I'm happy? What if I'm happy being jobless? What if government is happy keeping me jobless, right? Because if the system was not happy, it would scramble itself, do whatever it takes to give me a job. And it's not doing that. It's not even talking to me, for fuck's sake. I get to do my thing. I am completely in the green when it comes to my feelings, right? In fact, more so in the green. I basically, proven the system that I'm not compatible with society, and they can just let me go. I won't attend your stupid classrooms. I won't attend your stupid job market. Your economy fucking stinks. Like, basically, and you don't want to know about it. You don't want to know about it. So basically, hack the system by fucking accident. I hacked the system. And people are still going to be upset about the same thing, the optics, that I'm jobless, right? Be upset. But the doors are open to talk to me anytime. And this is what stupid people tend not to do. They don't like talking. They don't like interacting. They don't like when they're losing. They don't like that shit. And right now, what's like happening in Eurovision is pretty fucking devastating. What I got to see, and why I'm not receiving a lot of views almost, it's almost the same thing. It's like the gravity of stupidity. Stupid people will never find my content. They will find the shiny content, the good-looking content, whatever is uploading whatever, right? And it looks like an authority figure, looks like they're established. Stupid people don't make choices. The choices have to be made for them, right? So I will never be popular. No matter what I fucking do, even getting subscribers will not get me popular. Because I have people who got banned. People who unsubscribed from the channel because by never subscribing, by being assholes to me, right? By actually vomiting their stupidity and being proud of being stupid. This is like next level insanity. Now, this is the Goldest episodes, and we're gonna go into the old videos to, unlock some hidden wisdom sometimes, because the real stuff is not the Minecraft stuff. The real stuff is my transition into kind of like insanity. I was a working person, and I went insane at the same time, because work is hard, you're getting exploited. You're not being taken care of when you work. You're just trying to get your money and move on with your life, right? And making it to where like you are exploited, right? Meaning that spending money is just as big of a job as holding the job. This is the biggest lesson you learn in capitalism. How you spend your money is the biggest job. The other 50% of your, like, actually quality time that has to be spent properly. You go to your job and you go to the second job of spending money. How are you going to spend money? How are you going to learn to cook your own food, to lower your rent as much as possible, to buy the best, most useful, most durable technology, right? So it doesn't break, it just works, right? And how to minimize, how to not purchase things that you don't need, things that get spoiled, things that get outdated very quickly. Subscription models have to be cut out. All the scams have to be cut out. That's the other half of your job. There's a lot. Your job is huge, right? It's not just 9 to 5. It's another 9 to 5 on top of this, crammed inside the same day of how you're going to spend money, what you're going to eat, even how you're going to interact with people who are poor, right? Are you willingly going to give them money? No? Because usually the answer is like, if a poor person approaches you, you must fight together. You must not, like, get leeched. I'm a smart person, but that's that one quality that I have. I'm not here to fucking flex that quality upon you, and I'm not here to spread it around, because you can just take it. You can take it, right? Maybe I'll get requests of content requests, because that should be also a very important thing in life, right? The fact that requests don't really happen, the fact that people don't actually ask questions and not curious about anything, and they generally just don't request anything from the internet. So, like, there's no website where, like, I want this thing. Yes, you can buy certain things, but you just generally don't ask for things. And the websites generally don't accumulate what people want. We just simplified everything with money, but people who are resting on this idea that capitalism just works and it's like fine, and now I can go to sleep thinking that the world is not going to change in any way. If you are thinking that way, you're just like falling behind. Not only the world has to change, but it has to change very soon to try and like save people who are like me, like we're struggling to like, we're not being requested anything, we're just kind of isolated. And again, at some point in my life, I even show my face to talk about random shit. Might as well soak up on this vibe. Is there the Jake Paul video? Yes. The most popular, again, when it's searchable, when people are bumping around, in the algorithm, then they find your video. If it's not searchable, it's just random junk, right? The optics are completely different. And it's like, that's the same thing with like the job market. Yes, the optics are so different when you have a job, but then like, what about the other things? Are there misses completely that I miss entirely? It's all up to luck, basically, right? It's all up to luck. And capitalists are very scared. They're fucking shitting their pants because what they're holding on to is that, well, my friends don't matter. Populism matters, right? Yes, my friend can say all kinds of things. My friend can yap about all kinds of fucking shit. But you know what matters? Populism matters. If it's not popular, then what's the fucking point, right? Because this is the stuff you want to pay attention to, of like you want to sell things to people. You want to capture these like moments, and populism is literally the speech of Mr. Beast. Right? Mr. Beast does this sort of stuff where he's trying to tap into the most popular shit, but that's like his craving. Like he can't help himself. He's actually mentally ill, almost. Basically, just so desperate to leech off the populism. There's no soul to it at some point. At some point, it means fucking nothing. It's just a flash little thing where you can get a lot of money, a lot of popularity, and it means nothing because, like, you can't build a personality out of populism. You can live off contributing to society, but saying that your personality is like, I want to be the most popular on YouTube, that's your thing. I mean, you achieved your thing. Like, move, get the fuck out of here, right? You did your thing. You did your thing. Well, what else do you want? You want to stick to it? You want to continue dominating the platform? At some point, it becomes dirty money. You know, it becomes like you're dominating. You're challenging other people to retaliate. Basically, you're challenging people to find the way to dethrone you the hard way. You know, you just hogging up the system. You got to be the most popular. Now give it up. Give it up for something else that also deserves to be acknowledged, right? Not your fucking give money to the poor people, poverty porn. Like it's because like he cannot run poverty porn without shoving his face in there. Of like, look at me, I'm Mr. Beast, and I'm helping these poor people. You must like me, right? You must like me. So that's what populism is. Like, you see it all the time, everywhere. And again, I can't play the populism game because I have no idea what the fuck's going on, right? Like, what's gonna work, what's not gonna work. Drama works. When people are searching for specific drama-related content, they're gonna find your shit, and they're gonna treat you like you have some kind of unique perspective to say. But even then, they don't give a fuck about your opinion. They don't care to discuss anything with you whatsoever. They're just there to, like, what happened. And that's it. That's how deep they go, right? They just get the news. You feed them the news and they just move on with their lives. And it's like, what the that's it? That's your life? Just general public is so dumbed down. They offer you nothing. So why would I be able to offer them anything? Right? You won't be able to see the true, you know, the true way I functioned as a face on social media 8 years ago. Now, obviously, most of the stuff has been improved and ironed out, and I don't have to show my face because I'm not a crazy person. You guys are. And it's truly impossible, unbearable to interact with people who don't exist. You're not interactables. You're not exciting. Like, to chase populism should be exciting, right? Like, you get closer and closer, you get more and more views or whatever. It should be exciting for everyone to contribute something right? To establish a contributing aspect. You're not establishing a personality, but you kind of showing like which part of your being is the best contributing factor, right? So if we look into like the most popular videos, do I have a contributing factor? I'm just there. I'm just a witness, basically. The best contributing factor is I'm a witness. I see things, and I'm starting to see my own version of things, right? My own things triggering like people into sort of like how are you seeing this drama? There's no drama here. What are you doing? And it's like, no, there's drama. Like we're reaching witness level of like disbelief witness level where like drama does not exist. I still get the views. I'm still getting views. Where's drama? Normally you would not notice anything happening on YouTube, and I still see it, right? I still see it for how toxic it actually is. How people get like easily triggered, and that's also a part of the drama, right? Like how easy it is to trigger people into being upset. That is also drama, right? Where are the most butthurt people of the internet? That's drama, guys. To actually find drama, to actually witness what's going on, you have to put a little bit of effort. You have to actually machete through the wilderness, basically, right? You have to make your own path, pave your own path. Like even Technoblade thing, like I didn't thought it was that popular. It is that popular. Yeah. It's a fucking gigantic accusation that kind of requires investigation of some kind. It's very interesting. I mean, I'm almost like equivalent to Candace Owens. Like she's doing her fucking deep dive into her own drama that happened in her backyard, and I constantly hear about it. So sometimes it's like you have to pave the way. You cannot just do whatever is popular, right? This is the populism shit. Even though like, this was like half crafted, I guess, already half crafted to just go after someone. This was very interesting, though. The Sanity Machine case, where like someone has to say it out loud. Someone had to fucking go after him. And what we done is like we saw a fucking stupid YouTuber, basically. A stupid YouTuber. Like he does not know how to engage in a conversation. He just blocked me and moved on with his life and fucking trashed me in my comments. Almost borderline getting himself blocked from here. Like technically he probably did, right? Like he probably said enough stupid shit to get blocked. And it's like, okay, if this is the general level that I was operating 2 years ago and people generally get blocked, even though they have like 5,000 supporters, generally. We can check. Yes, 5,000 supporters, guys. He crowned himself with AI image, obviously. Look at this guy. If you're mad, you are mine, part of my crazy tribe. What? Like, stupid people are making camps now. They're making whole encampments for each other to capitalize off whatever the fuck stupid thing they're doing that resonates with people, right? Because like stupid people, like especially autistic people, they have to like still kind of capitalize on like social interactions, right? So they have to do some kind of popular thing in a twisted manner, talk about frustrations of like, oh, life sucks, like every poor person will agree that life sucks. I mean, yeah. But the moment you get into the details, you're not smart enough to get into details. You can only just talk about like how life sucks, right? If you get to the details, it's like, well, your life sucks because you're jobless at this point. Like, at some point, like, there is a justification, because you're stupid, because you're not making good decisions. You cannot go into the details. You might expose yourself of why your life sucks, right? People might get all of a sudden exposed, so like you just have to like linger into this like darkness and evil of the world, and you have to blame everyone that your life sucks. You have to throw the blame, and you just like keep rotting in your fucking tiny cult community, basically. This is the stuff that I was like exposing, and every single thing that is popular does matter, right? I'm not saying the stuff that is not popular doesn't matter. I'm just saying we got something, right? Something connected. I did contribute to society, and that's the end of that, right? And every single time one person tends to show up and like shake my hand and kind of move on with their life. Because life is hard for smart people. For smart people, life is actually hard because we are isolated. We have to deal with isolation. And it's like, yes, it would be so easy to just solve the problem and treat the problem of isolation of just talking to another smart person. But it's potentially not the best solution. You know, potentially like last straw solution where all the smart people round up and they just leave. You know, if all the smart people leave your community, your shit collapses fucking yesterday. The moment they decide to leave, your shit's going to collapse. Like your ego immediately collapses of like, what he's gonna do? He's gonna do a decision? He's not stuck? Even though he was isolated, he's not stuck to just do the same thing over and over again and be a recognizable person. He is actually making a decision in life. That's crazy. That makes no fucking sense to like people who observed you and treated you like shit. It makes no sense that, oh, he was smart. Oh, then he gets to make decisions in life. You know, they get fucking struck by lightning when they understand that smart people just want to fucking leave. They just want to build their own thing, and not live in isolation anymore, not try to fight back. Because fighting back is the ultimate contribution. You know, I don't really enjoy isolation. I try to speak to the people, try to fucking exist on social media in a way that like it doesn't circle jerk me, basically, right? It doesn't automatically affirm my beliefs or whatever I care about. It doesn't give me affirmation. It's just like what people have been able to find is what matters, right? And I should always like reconnect to people's findings. Because I throw out the lure, they find it, and it's an important connection, and it's my channel is not diluted by smart people moving their own direction. It's not diluted yet. All right, it's talking to each other, making podcasts, or you know what, right? And it's almost like maybe I would want to like leave this pure version of the channel as much as possible to just see what like people connect the most with. So it's like constantly fluctuating as well, because you can dig something out of the past that should be popular today, should be discussed today. You can always dig it from the past, and that's what we're doing, right? We're digging shit from the past. And again, populism sucks. This is the greatest example of why populism sucks, is Eurovision, right? It's like how to win and lose at the same time. That is what populism is. It's the same thing with, again, Mr. Beast. Like, Mr. Beast is winning and losing at the same time, right? He's a winner. But what's the point? What's the point of being a winner, right? Are you just hogging up the system? Are you just a billionaire of top 1% hogging up all the money in the world and shrinking economy? Because economy is about money moving around. Jobs being created, activities being created, people consenting to do more, not less. That's the power of economy. And if you don't know how to play the game, like, you're not a big billionaire at all. You're not empowering people. You are actually leeching the system, right? You're popular because you're leeching the system. You take an advantage of the system, not you're empowering other people to make content, right? No, you're just proposing a religious belief of money, of populism, and you're taking advantage of it because you're winning in that particular religion. Like, Mr. Beast earns money in the most fucking spectacular fashion, so of course everyone's going to be fascinated of like, wow, you earn money this way, I should try as well. But all of a sudden you start getting compartmentalized of how to make YouTube videos, how to capitalize on populism. But anyways, you win and lose at the same time because we elect shitty music to go to Eurovision. Shitty populist music. It's popular because it's vibey, you know? It's vibing. You can sort of understand the sadness, the patheticness basically of that song, of just like you can see the cultural significance, but the cultural significance just isn't sounding very good, isn't actually like a good show of talent, isn't spectacular in any way, is just a fucking garbage, right? It's a populist garbage. It gets the votes, but it doesn't capture people's attention in the big stage where they have to actually compete with the real talents, right? With overwhelming talents now, they have nothing to show for. We just have some cultural significance, and honestly, I don't even know if that works its way to the finals. This might just be, this one might be discarded as completely worthless act, basically. Like, who the fuck knows, man? Who knows how bad it's gonna be, but it's definitely not gonna be good. Populism simply doesn't work. Just because our country thinks something is popular and good doesn't mean it's gonna translate. And that's literally the dilemma, isn't it? Right? Like, it's just not gonna translate. Why does something have translation problems? Because it's a cult. That's why. This is why you cannot understand rich people, because, like, why are rich people not helping poor people? It's a translation problem. They don't understand poor people. They don't understand. Until you punch rich people in the face, until you shoot them in the streets, they won't understand. They just, like, can't understand a poor person. They just, like, try to, like, avoid them and not help them on purpose. They do not even try to understand you. Of course they have a translation problem. So the same thing is going to happen all over the place. There's going to be translation problems of you think you know what's popular, but people who are supposed to help you, supposed to think the same way, it doesn't translate to them. They're distracted by something else, completely something else, and you lost. You just lost the game of getting attention. Because you got attention inside your little cult, you believe in your specific little thing, and it didn't translate anywhere else. You know, that's it. That's what it is. Populism flops. It's like populism thrives on drugs, and when you run out of the drug, when you run out of the special resource, special sauce, Krabby Patties, when you run out of Krabby Patties, you go bankrupt, man. You just go bankrupt. You can't make any money, and that's bankruptcy of just, like, you go into depression. And that's the origin story of this image, guys. You know, what's gonna happen to Mr. Beast, not just Mr. Krabs. Mr. Beast is gonna wake up, I'm not making money anymore. I'm depressed. There's nothing I can do, you know. Run out of Krabby Patties, run out of secret sauce to appeal to the cult, basically. Or was exposed that secret sauce contained fucking harming chemicals, microplastics, you know. Get fucking reputation dunked. But the most important thing is competition and distraction. Like, you throw your darts using populism, and it's just that's one of the ways to get a song out, right? Like, well, it's a popular song, so. But what other type of songs there are? Because, like, in a wider range, on the map, basically, outside of your country, you have to find the same exact resource, same exact secret recipe, and no one has it. If you wanted to actually feed Krabby Patties to everyone, you have to get the same exact sauce in there, right? You have to find the same compassion to the same thing, and it's not guaranteed. When we're talking about talent, when we're actually seeking talent, and we elect like really powerful judges who detect talent, like that is important, right? The judges supposed to nudge us away from the memes, away from the stupid things, supposed to slap us in the face, supposed to ground some stupid people doing their stupid decisions, basically. That's what the judges are for in Eurovision. You know, judges are not fucking around. They actually analyze the situation and try to fucking cut populism where it stops working, right? So yeah, the gravity of things, the depression of things fucking hit me of like, well, people are not gonna watch this video then. It then took off, right? Maybe it's a change of wording that didn't fucking work. I don't care, to be honest. I want to make myself comfortable as well when I say words, right? For me, language is just as precious as getting viewership, so I want to like twist the words the way I like to see them. Anyways, let's unlock from the least popular to the most popular. What the fuck, right? Or maybe from the most popular to the least popular, and you might actually see that there's more insights inside the least popular stuff, not the most popular stuff. The most popular stuff, again, feels vibrant, but it might be toxic, right? It might be toxic. The vibrant material comes from toxicity sometimes.
Daily.
I definitely had terrible hair.
Fans, any of you
I look at this shit kind of like popping out and I'm touching
out there?
It's crazy.
Like I've said in a previous video, people are stabbing each other in the back, creating the Ponzi scheme. The only way you can burst the Ponzi scheme, if the circle of circumstances of the outcomes, how do you say that? The consequence, right? Your own stabs you in the back.
Ponzi scheme is actually like the most popular shit imaginable. I'm saying like the most popular concepts imaginable right now. But basically, we're talking about karma, right? The consequence of getting stabbed in the back because you're running a Ponzi scheme, of getting caught. And actually, it's another very, very popular concept that Ray William Johnson actually uncovered. Bro is literally has a channel exposing Ponzi schemes of one-man Ponzi schemes, right? Until they got their consequences. He's not even like talking about anyone popular, and he never was doing that in the first place. It's like all these viral videos, viral sensations is about people who never really had a chance to be popular, but then they got lucky. They did something fucking crazy, right? But in this case, they're genuinely doing something crazy, something calculated. And what I'm saying in that video is like, the consequence has to stab you in the back, right? Like you stealing from this person, then they steal from that person, but then they regroup and start stealing from you. You know, or collapse the whole thing, or expose you, basically. Right? And all of a sudden, while you were building the mountain of lies, and you're building wealth out of that mountain, eventually everything collapses. The house of cards collapses, the Ponzi scheme collapses, and you're in a lot of trouble. There's no way out. You're literally forever rotting in jail. The Ponzi scheme collapse is literally the Epstein files right now. And there's more to it, right? Because the Ponzi scheme can actually expose the entire cult of people who are not supposed to be near society whatsoever. They should be entrapped at very least, as to catch all the other predators as well. I'm not sure why doxing is the situationship here, but well, Jake Paul doxed someone and got immediate consequence, I guess, and Fantastic Daily had to be doxed to be exposed because he was trying to spin a fucking web of lies, basically. Like, people just gotta get exposed at some point, and Jake Paul got exposed even fucking more. Got just a general knock in the face exposure of, like, he definitely signed up for this. He definitely signed up to get his face in someone's face and fist in his face, basically. He Fister. He definitely subscribed for that shit. And all of a sudden, like, he's trying to spin another Ponzi scheme, and he's getting another set of karma. Logan Paul gets set of karma as well. And they don't stop, man. These fucking freaks don't stop. The real edgy predators, they just keep on fucking cooking something, you know?
Almost instantaneously, such a large Ponzi scheme, but in the end...
I mean, obviously, Ponzi scheme never ends, right? But at some point, you can just bail. You can just run. And some people do, and sometimes it works. As long as you just run and you live your life, maybe you're going to be left alone, right? People usually don't try to uncover some small Ponzi schemes. They want to get the biggest one out of the way. The biggest pyramid out of the way. They don't care about your little fucking tiny shit, right? You might be forgotten by history unless you keep digging your own grave. So karma is about digging your own grave, right? Karmic consequence, you get exposed for all the crazy shit you did. You dug your own grave. Again, people do crazy shit, and don't worry about it. Your crazy shit, if you haven't murdered anyone, is not crazy enough, okay, to make you worry. You should not be worried, all right? Until someone dies by your hand and you bury the body, there's nothing to be ashamed of, to be honest. In current situationship where people are doing way worse things, they're getting away with way worse things, and karma must fucking catch up to them. This is kind of actually the populist problem right now. Is like the most important problem to solve. Like, who deserves to be exposed? Who do we go after?
Yeah. Maybe he is a zoo animal.
Maybe Jake Paul is a zoo animal, despite him trying to say otherwise. Where people are, like, gathering next to his home, right? Fans are coming next to his home, and it's like, oh, what am I, zoo animal? Yes, you are a crypto zoo animal, in fact. I do feel like 8 years ago, I'm just a very slow person. I'm still a slow person. If you shove a camera down my throat for 15 minutes straight and I don't have a pause button, I'll be a slow person. Because I have to gather my thoughts. My thoughts are original thoughts. I have to fucking take a breath, think about stuff, and then I have to get hit by information. And most people, like most stupid people, don't try to operate in a smart way. Like, you would think, like, I'm not smart because I'm not reading from a script or whatever, right? That's like stupid person's version of smartness, of like, I have to articulate myself in a perfect manner. But the most important vibe is that I'm constantly thinking, right? I'm constantly trying to generate like important information, because that's the easiest access to important information and the most unique information that people definitely have to hear. You know, this is the stuff that gives you self-esteem, because you constantly provide something. Even if people don't want to hear it, even if people don't find it or find it interesting, you still gave your best shot at contribution to whatever's going on, right? Try to explain the situation. Now, most of the time, clickbait, right? Clickbait must happen. It's the only way you can actually attract stupid people if you give them a proposition of what they're watching is like a popular thing they have to like get a grip. Otherwise, it would sound like I'm just a cultist, not really explaining anything in particular that's important in a given topic, right? I'm not really exposing anyone. Because I guess that's another game going on actively, right? Like, exposing people. I gotta actively expose people for who they really are. Otherwise, you're not playing the game correctly, of like the social game. Yeah, I remember discovering that ray tracing exists, and that's a lot of data, right? That is cool. I can probably little guys can make lag spikes. Not sure how I will optimize that. Well, I have all the ideas. Even this, like unlocking the power level of compute shaders, was quite a fucking crazy bump in the road that just drifted me off into a whole different dimension, basically. It's like I find a little baby got his gun, and he's gonna grow up to be a crazy military guy. I got exactly the tool that I needed, and it's probably the next episode, who knows. At some point we'll have to talk about this, because it's so fucking insane where it is right now. And again, it's still, at some point, populism just kind of faded out. Like, I don't even fucking understand this shit whatsoever, right? Never ever has it really triggered another set of interest, basically, for people to watch the video. But at the same time, again, I was like draining the reputation of the channel because it was getting kind of fucking weird. And I was also transitioning into the depth, playing with longer and longer content, basically. No? Why 22 minutes? I would say it does expose like the struggle of YouTube to actually elect content in general. But yeah, this stuff never got attention past that point. Ray tracing, infinite detail. You know, I had to actually use this like weird language as well, like point cloud stuff. You have to like do searchable language. To be a populist, to be like a Mr. Beast, you have to be constantly aware of every single tool imaginable that maximizes your reachability, right? But even then, this looks like how much radiation, it has, like 40 views? That's still a lot, even though there's no like keywords going on anymore. Well, this one, like, I actually captured a very interesting screenshot. I'm even trying to do like cool screenshots, and all of a sudden it's like depressing amount of views, right? It's not translating itself to like, look at this cool thing. No one's friendly with you. And it's truly devastating. Motivationally, it's fucking devastating, bro. It could have changed everyone's lives right now. It's still, like, this is where you, like, enter total darkness of, like, yep, you invented something, bye. That's probably the last time I've even, like, received that many views on the engine. One more time it happened. I had one resurgence, basically, on this channel. And it's this one. Showing, like, the 1 million object rising simulation, basically. There's got a resurgence, and I think it beats this one. Just by a little bit. Right, it doesn't look as colorful, as crazy. I'm not trying to be visually appealing, but it fucking kicks ass, if you ask me. I tried to also combine with like a hightail, the fame of hightail, and it worked to some extent, so you know, like contribution to society often involves like other popular things you have to mix and match, fucking alchemical ingredients, certain keywords, certain way to like make people understand. That's the alchemy. To make people, to make gold, you have to make people understand. You have to mix the keywords. They have to find your content. They have to promote your content in that way of like, oh, I get it now, right? You have to get to that point very quickly, because otherwise it's just showing a tech demo, and everyone done that, right? But no one bumped into something of like, whoa, what the fuck is this, right? What am I doing? What's going on my computer? So that's next video sometime. This is kind of the reason why I'm digging around for the oldest videos, just to like clean shit up, understand what happened, and remove all of these as well. As cool as they are, you don't need to look at it. Only I get to look at it. Alright, that's the special privilege I'll give to myself. None of my old stuff is gonna like research in any way, and you don't have to look at it anymore. I'm just gonna extract all the value from it and re-upload it. Maybe there's something to learn from this situation of like how you can flip this into now talking about fiat currency, dude.
If you know how much money you have,
like, learn how to dig rabbit holes. That would be fucking crazy, you know?
how much value is being created. And the whole point is that the economic growth only happens when people are moral, when people want to make an exchange.
I think the most complicated thing that looks simple is you have a pen and you have $1 and you exchange pen for $1. And economic growth has been established because, not because someone got $1, this represents freedom. This is still question mark if it's gonna work as economic value, but someone got the pen. It's not the dollar that matters. Someone got the tool to do work, right? Someone has access to a tool and they want to do work of some kind, right? That's the big deal. This is what this exchange enables. It's not like the pen is worth $1. No, that's what the person thinks. He needs the pen, right? He accepted this exchange, and it's like now he finally can do something with the pen. So I think like this is important, like a snapshot of what capitalism is. Of why did you buy the pen? If you buy a pen for a good purpose, then economy is working. If you buy a pen for the sake of collecting pens, then just kind of like a degenerate NPC. Not worth listening to.
Conceals.
Yes, like you can also buy a gun, right? What about that? Did I create economic value by buying a gun? Did you really need it? Again, intent matters. Why did you buy the pen? Why did you buy the gun? Intent matters in the economy. Because that's the economic growth is acquiring items that actually should be acquired, not the items that you just can have. You can have it. You can have your baseball bat, but why? Why do you have all these things? They have to be very well calculated. They have to have good intent, otherwise it's economic disaster. All right, you just bought a bunch of bricks to throw at people's houses.
Of human intention. Over time, that intention pops out and kind of not only reverses the trade, not only buys back the pencil that you once sold, and it kind of diminishes the reason why the pencil is going away from you in the first place. Now, pencil is just a metaphor for everything that you lose that you will still want to buy back. It's like when you get tricked, you get sold some broken item, and then you want that item back in your life, and that is just the most stupidest economic thing that people can do, is sell broken-ish items or just fake value of something. It's just
the other intention also matters. To steal your dollar and give you a broken pencil that doesn't actually work just enables more consumerism. This is the sort of stuff we try to avoid collectively as best as we can, but The scammers be scamming. Okay, they give you trash items, they give you trash value items that look shiny, and then they take a lot of dollars for it. Like, capitalism, again, tries, breeds all kinds of predators and scammers to try and take your dollars. It is what it is, and you must not fall for it. Usually the cheapest item is the best item. It only changes when you're, like, dealing with technology. The best item is the best item, right? The one that actually fulfills you the most. The most functional and durable item, and this is why Tech Blade series is going to be running this year. I'm going to try and find some of that shit. I just found, like, one of the coolest items, actually. I can't wait to talk about it.
To say that.
This is why you can hate successful people, because there's uncontrollable Ponzi scheme in the background. That they're capitalizing on some kind of populism malfunction. I do think, like, all the predators want this thing to occur, right? Populism malfunction. This is the more intricate way of saying scamming people, because it involves, like, clickbaiting, harvesting popularity. Hey, look at me. Doing stunts, basically, like turning people's heads around to distract them with you because you're so important, right? It's a populism malfunction. And some predators want to keep you around, so you feed them information, and some predators want to treat you as the problem, even though they're the problem. But they want to blame you. They want to have someone to blame. And these fucking creatures, the dominant forces, like when I had to grow up on school, like, damn, these fucking idiots, man. And they're just literally leeching populism so damn much. They can't control themselves. That's their thing. I would say, like, one of them is just sitting on my throat. And the other one tried really hard to do the same thing, right? To try and become more compatible to sit on my throat. Like, I'm constantly exposing the system as a whole. I don't want to expose a simple person, singular people who break the system in some kind of way. I want to expose the entire system. And, like, just looking back, it seems like, or just being depressed, just approaching the populism idea unlocks yet another thing about capitalism and how it functions and what kind of people it's empowering to do what exactly, right?
Works.
So all this doxing, all this drama, a lot of it's manufactured, right? Or a lot of it's justified because they finally got exposed. Either it's drama that someone has to apologize for or not. That's the only two different dramas. Someone manufactured drama, or someone has to apologize for their bullshit because they got exposed, right? You either see the start or the ending of something. You witness the start of someone's career or the ending of someone's career, or the ending of their reputation. Every popular person is like this, right? Which is kind of why, like, because Michael Jackson's death is so tragic, the dude was still very popular forever. Because he did not deserve an ending, right? That's also drama. Someone has to apologize for the death of Michael Jackson. What is going on? I mean, it's always like this. Like, everyone starts off the series and everyone ends watching the series because they want to see the ending. But the middle part always gets left out. Like, what happens in the middle stays in the middle. So it's not just populism that matters. It's almost like spiking your career as much as possible. That's also a big deal, right? Just going out of nowhere and shocking people and almost like preparing yourself for the fucking liftoff, right? I constantly feel this pressure of just like, shit, my content is gonna go just to incredible heights, and I have to continue grinding, continue trading. Basically, it's the toughest work you can possibly put on yourself. It's a lot of pressure, which makes for a very interesting insight, I would say. if only the start and the ending matters, and the middle is like the least popular part, what does that mean? That when you're the least popular, that's when you're halfway there, you know? That's when you're halfway to finishing your, like, graduation into, you know, getting your popularity spike, getting a spike of attention. You're halfway there, right? Now, I'm obviously already, like, lifting myself off, and, like, I had to shed my friends, right? On the other side, there's friends in school, right? And I got myself a little bit of popularity with, like, oh, he likes this girl or whatever, he's writing a book, that's so cool, right? That sort of fucking vibe. And then I started going to the depths, and I started losing my fucking mind, right? Almost. That you can take that vibe, you can take it. You can say I was losing my mind 8 years ago. So it was like this, right? So where am I right now? I'm probably here. I'm probably like almost out of here, basically. I'm starting to flicker some really crazy stuff to people, right? And they still sit still. They think it's not the ending of my, you know, self-development, and it's very much true. That's what you have to convince them, right? That you're in the middle. That's when the populism cannot touch you, because it's not the start, it's not the ending. You're not a baby, and you're not an achiever yet, right? You're just still somewhere in the middle. And this is the stuff that people don't touch. It's so fucking fascinating. Because I'm like asking myself, like, why am I talking about this, like, start ending of drama? Two types of dramas, guys. But it shows the way populism works, the way one of the most important thing that gives me views works, right?
Which is basically a game.
Oh shit!
Artists start to understand that there's a growing threat. Now they can get doxxed and all that crap.
Ponzi scheme artists, they start to understand that they can get doxxed. But some of them still didn't get the fucking memo. Some Ponzi schemes still didn't get doxxed hard enough. Okay? Some of them got doxxed 8 years ago, but some of them didn't got doxxed hard enough, and this guy got fucking what he deserved, bro. Those were some, like, fucking next level words, man. Holy. Actually, I got doxxed. There's like a fucking glitch in the fucking image, and I can't get it out. I just live with it. You know, sometimes an uninvited image is gonna pose as my image. Image of me! I'm not supposed to transform into a girl, what the fuck, right? I just wanted to clap for the cool shit I did. Come on, man.
It's like enough exposes the person in the first place. If someone doesn't engage with the haters, except engage with the fans more.
Again, actually brilliant words, and I can't even be mad that they made this video popular, right? Because it's clarity. Like, I can read back to it. Because sometimes the biggest translation error is not understanding yourself and not taking yourself seriously. Like, even when I will watch back onto these videos, I will not take myself seriously. It's hard to watch, right? But this is another huge thing that exposes people. Like, oh, I'm listing a second thing that exposes them. First of all, they get doxxed, you know? Someone gets really mad and just fucking doxes them. But the second thing that exposes you is if you interact with fans more than the haters. You're supposed to interact with the haters. That's the whole point. The moment you're interacting with your fans, the moment you're shutting down doors for haters to come in and they don't feel welcome, it's the moment you're not going to be popular anymore. You're wasting your potential. Nothing interesting is going to happen, and a lot of fans going to try and fucking mimic the hater behavior because you kind of need it, right? It happens. Like, I do sense it, I just don't have the examples. Like, it happens so often. Usually because you want to scam your fans. Fans are the most gullible people. Like, I would say Alex Jones fans getting scammed because, like, it's just a very uncomfortable situation to, like, listen to a man like this. Like, just the vibe alone fucking should freak you out. And when you look at the haters, like, captured perfect meme of Alex Jones. Like, they definitely treat him the way he should be treated, as kind of like a joke, like kind of annoying prick, basically yelling at you constantly. But the fans don't see it. Fans get like in the rhythm of they expect the bad behavior, so they don't care about it that much. And it's very easy to manipulate your fans, and that's just what you tend to squeeze in the end of the day of like, buy this, buy that. You're not gonna care if I yell, so I can just constantly plug in my product after product until you buy something, just for the fun, just for the thrill. So fun, yeah. There's some fucking badass concepts. I'm not sure how it's gonna hold up to the rest of the stuff, but looking good.
I would never do such a mistake, and I will love my haters more than my fans. However,
because that works. That's the only thing that works for me, is to trigger people into hateful behavior, into self-exposure. They can't help themselves anymore. They know there's like smart people in the world, and that's like when self-exposure happens. Like, usually a smart person will be the one that will force you to commit suicide. I'll put it in the most like outrageous form for you to understand. The smart person will make you feel so inferior, so exposed, so pathetic. You will destroy yourself just because a smart person exists next to you in your life. You know them. You hear from them, right? You hear their actual progression in life, and it fucking kills you inside, right?
haters are like a next level thing that you should care about, and Ponzi scheme artists are not gonna like that. They're not gonna appreciate haters. Right? That is impossible to do for them, because the hater is going to do very sensitive things that will feel like this person is exposing me, right? So they will want to.
This is how you know who's a Ponzi artist and who's a genuine person, is people who actually care about haters more.
You already have.
Now, unfortunately, I do have to silence haters, because after getting haters, I realized they're useless. Some of them are fucking stupid. I have to silence stupid people. I don't care to silence haters in particular. Haters are very useful. The stupid people are the ones to be silenced, because it's the smart people that's supposed to be talking more, interacting more with each other, right? Not just like screaming and yelling a bunch of useless crap. Like, it's pretty obvious, right? So don't take it personally when I'm banning people. I'm banning the stupid people. I'm not banning the haters. I'm trying to weed out all this populism garbage that they constantly shove down your throat, and they constantly try to do affirmation of like, look how many likes this post has. That must mean that this guy's an idiot, because we all think he's an idiot, guys. That's it. Look at me, look at me. It must be an rage bait. It must be idiot. And they all try to do it as well. Everyone is trying to fish for likes of like, this guy's an idiot. They don't even have to believe that you're an idiot. They're just trying to fish for likes and see if a confirmation appears. It's almost like that's the way they now operate in life. That's how they know whether you're an idiot or not, if populism confirms that for them. It's like, for fuck's, that's so weird, man. People like literally don't have a perception better than this. They have to even do like shady behavior to actually double check everything. So we're definitely learning a lot of shit. And again, we're digging into the past, and my past is quite valuable.
Come up with a new idea to grow. It doesn't matter. Popularity is so powerful.
You have to haters on me, boys.
This is my insight of how you can find a Ponzi scheme artist, how not to be one of them, and yeah, I hope this kind of reveals the whole strategy.
Well, honestly, this video is pretty clean. It is fascinating that I was only able to tackle one video. I don't know how to stomach that reality. But it's about learning process and not about, shit like this sometimes actually evolves into a much longer video. Because now we're talking about this whole populism idea. This is a whole new concept that's potentially even bigger than anything I've ever touched. Who knows, right? All right, see you guys next time.